One second. Here we go.
Recording in progress. welcome. All right, I am so excited to have you guys here today. I am Dr. Carolyn Bobb-Green, and this is.
Hey everyone, good afternoon. Terry Harrison. So happy to have you with us today and great to see you, Carolyn.
It's good to see you as well. I have to remember which way you are. You are over here, not over there. So
Right? Okay, good.
we
Phew.
look like we have to get our pointing together. She's over here. She's over here. All right. Well, welcome back everyone to day two of this amazing, exciting masterclass. If you were here, if today is your first day here, I want you to drop a one in the chat. I want you to drop a number one. If today is your first day here, drop a one in the chat. And if today is your second day and you are back with us, I want you to go ahead and drop a two in the chat. All right, Jerry, welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you got the playback. Marie, welcome back again. Mary, welcome back again. Oh, it is so exciting to see some of our return people that were here on yesterday, as well as those who could not make it here. So, from the ones yesterday, just quickly, what is one takeaway that you guys took with you and you said, hey, I am going to do this thing? What is one takeaway? I would love to see your comments about what you took away from day one before we dive right in, because I tell you this, you're going to learn so much today. If you thought yesterday was good, today is going to be super amazing. So we would love to see exactly what you got from yesterday. All right, we're checking out the comments. Come on, remember we told you yesterday we love the fires in the chat. We love the excitement. We want to interact. We want to talk to you. We want to bring you guys up on the stage. We want to make this about making sure we feed you today. What is one takeaway? I'll keep my eye on the chat. Terry Lee, you want to go ahead and welcome everyone? Oh, here they
Oh, here
come.
they
Here they
come.
come.
You're good.
Yes. All right. So, tech affirmation. Yes, ma'am. Dr. Myra, that tech affirmation was amazing. All right, let's see what Miss Marie has to say. She says, I have so much to learn about technology. Yes, yes, yes. Let me see. Mary.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you have to pose like you nurture your health. Yes, you have to be consistent to get your message out there. And I can honestly say what I've learned from Terry Lee, I tell you, this is my favorite part of the training, the bubble thing. I just loved how you just laid that out for us to be able to go back and make sense of our business, right? To be able to see how speaking is going to show up in those different parts, because it's not just about getting on the stage, it's about the other things that you do with the speaking. And so I really hope that you guys are really understanding the importance of what she delivered yesterday when it comes to those bubbles and also incorporating your speech. Oh, okay. Jerry watched a replay. All right. Jerry says, I watched the replay and I got a bigger vision of what a speaker business entails. Yes, those bubbles, right, Jerry? It helps you to really see that it's not just about getting on stage. You have to have other products, other things around you that is going to help you build and grow. All right, Terry Lee.
So good, so good. I want to welcome you all. We're going to have an opportunity today to learn about networking and speaking. We will be coming back and forth where I'll be sharing and Carolyn will follow it up with some of the great tech you need to implement to be able to really truly build out those areas of your business. And I believe it's pretty clear. Thank you for saying, hey, I'm here on day one, I'm back for day two, because we want you to have an opportunity to watch both replays. You'll have access to those replays and be able to use them. And then truly, what we are excited to do is do this share. And if you're new today, we are going to be unveiling our new collaboration that is designed to help you do just this, to be able to grow your business through speaking, and that's the Boss School, the business of speaking. So you can be looking forward to some great information and hearing about the Boss School. So thank you, Carolyn. Let's go ahead and get started today. So some of you are just getting to know me, so a little bit about me. So I always say on this next slide, Carolyn says she was born from the womb speaking with a little cute, probably blinged out mic in her hand. But for me, was not born a naturally like great speaker. How about some of you? Can you relate? Speaking is a skill that many of us work on, and I've hired the speaking coaches, and I've done the speaking, and I've done Toastmasters, and I still say I'm not a perfect speaker today, but you know what? I get better every time. Can some of you relate? And I remember the days, Carolyn, there was a day way back when I literally was in a speaking class. We pulled subjects out of a hat. I didn't really know what it was, and I couldn't make a joke about it and go on. I cried for 2 minutes. I didn't talk. So I just want people to know that if speaking feels funny to you, or you just don't feel quite in it to win it on the speaking yet, you know what? This can all be acquired, and these skills that you work on. In the middle, I am in the upper left. In my pictures show many different hairstyles, colors, and weights, ladies and gentlemen. And so this is me. My whole life for many years was business networking. That was my business. That is what I did. I knew thousands of people, led hundreds, knew them very well. And this is me online doing online networking before online networking was cool, when we all had to go do it in 2020 because of COVID. I loved the opportunity to be able to go global and meet people from all over the world and bring them together and help teach them how to share business together. And the next slide is more fun. It's right back here. But I always say a fun fact about me is I have a Supergirl cape, and I'm not afraid to wear it. And then today I live in Arlington, Texas, where I reside with my husband Terry, and we have two beautiful granddaughters, four grown children, and our granddaughters live down in Houston. Now, in my life, it will come out as you get to know me, that my husband is a minister, and we go where God calls, and so we even spent 5 years in Singapore. So for us to have the opportunity to live just 4 hours from our granddaughters and Carolyn is that's a new benefit. That's a new family benefit. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. So let's go ahead and let's keep going. So I have been speaking for 18 plus years, and maybe some of you can relate to what I'm going to show you. So I've had times that I've been in front of a big room. I have had many times in my networking business when I was speaking to 25, 30, and 40. And I've had times when I got to travel the world and speak for women at retreats. You're starting to see all my weights and all my hair, yeah. And then, but one of the things I love, and we will focus a lot on the business of speaking and making money with your speaking. And many of us, I focus part of what I do. Today I coach people on the speaking and their story in the business of speaking. We talk a lot about making money with your speaking, but many of the people that I meet are ministry minded, and so some of you are going to nod or be like, yes, that's me. I've been able to go to India 5 times and speak with these women, and so there are times in our life with our speaking that there are things that money can't buy. This has nothing to do with money, and I'm sure that many of you can relate. And so I just pray that you have opportunities to do things like this. Carolyn, I would love to go do something like this in the country with you and go and empower the ladies, right? And go serve the ladies somewhere really fabulous. So, and anyone else who wants to come with us, we'll start a wish list. So let's keep going. I briefly described what's happening today. We're going to be talking about networking. We're going to be talking about speaking, and we'll be going back and forth. We're going to open up for a hot seat. So if you have questions, write them down, because we're going to give you opportunities to come up to the front with us where we can answer your question right here before you go. And then we'll be talking about the Boss School and what opportunities exist there if you feel that that's something for you before we leave today. So let's talk about networking. Does networking excite you? Is networking something that feels funny to you? Let's get going. I'm going to dive in and share some great concepts for you. And it might not be what you're thinking about for networking. So as we move forward, okay, I want to share with you some ideas of how to authentically connect with. Some of you will want to connect with faith-based people, Christian people, and some of you will want to connect with professional communities. Some of you will want to connect with both. So let's keep going, and I'm going to share an example with you of one way to do that. There are these days, we can go on our actual profiles on our social media and give a post like this. I want to empower you with a post like this. You can also go into Facebook groups filled with your audience. If Mary Ely is with us, and she is all about helping people with type 2 diabetes not have to move into insulin, helping them live their best life. Mary wants to go in groups where that's what they talk about, right? Groups of people are concerned about their health. And what I want to share about this post is, pick a fun picture, an action picture, one that might draw people to you. And just to share here, look at what I did. I didn't say I want to sell you, but I'd love to, right? Who does y'all? Who does y'all? Okay, so just who I am. Hey, this is my vision. This is my mission. What do I do? Do you see the paragraphs? Where I live, and just what I told you, that Terry and I are in ministry. We have 4 grown children and 2 super cute granddaughters. I give a little bit about like my background. And what did I say? I look forward to connecting with y'all. Please reach out and let me know how I can support you. Do you know, on that post in a Christian women's Facebook group, which was who I wanted to get to know, that I had 70 people say, oh my gosh, blah, blah, blah. They're all talking to me. Hey, I want to meet you. Hey, tell me more about your thing. And these kinds of posts, it's not salesy, but it's relationship building. How many of you think, feel free to take a snapshot of this, how many of you think, put a yes in the chat, could you do this? Could you do this? And you want to do it from time to time out on your socials as well. You want to be able to say, hey, it's been a while since I introduced myself. Yes, Ingrid, awesome. Yes, Mary, it can totally be a way to catch people's attention without being salesy. Yes, awesome, everybody. Okay, I hope you were able to grab a picture, and if you didn't, let me know. I'll get this for you. And let's look at the next quick concept. I like to make networking fun. Now, one thing that's super important, and one thing that we will be teaching, is you have to nail your intro. Having that clear, this is who I am, this is what I do, this is who I'm looking for, and unabashedly asking for what you really need, it's really critical. And so this is a sentence that I want you to be you, who you are, and how you show up in the world, Marie, how you show up in the world, Dr. Myra. It is your special sauce. I don't want us to ever be like that. We're the opposite of saying, hey, let's be everybody's secret sauce. No, we're not about secret sauce. What is your special sauce that you bring to the world? So if you are a blingy, blitzy person, go ahead and be your blingy, glitzy self, okay? You just go ahead and be yourself. If you like to have fun, if you are a serious person, what I want you to do is I just want you to be you, because that's when you're going to feel the most comfortable. Yes? That is when you're going to feel the most comfortable. But we must be clear about what we do. And so I want you to make a note. And today, throughout our time together, I do want to invite you, like if you're making a note, and you happen to have a highlighter, Carolyn probably has 12 of them near her right now. I just bought new gel pens, but I do have just one highlighter right now. But if you see something like, I want to be clear about what I do, highlight that part and think about what action steps you could take just to have some quick wins for the coming week. And so this whole describing who you are and what you do, who you serve, right? So I, action verb, my target market with blank. How do you help them? And this is a sentence that when you put it together, you can use it in a 1-minute commercial. You can put it at the top of your Facebook, or you can put it at the top of your LinkedIn, so that everyone can say, oh, that's exactly how she helps people. That's exactly who she serves. So the action verb can be anything. Empower is one I like to use. I remember someone once said to me, people don't like to be helped, but they sure would like to be empowered. Because you could say I help people, right? But I empower people, I teach people, I educate, I consult, I coach. The list is endless. If you really want to have a unique one, go to thesaurus.com and see what it might suggest you. And then who do you help and how do you help them? And so if you have this sentence already, I'd love to invite you, type it in the chat. If you have it and you know it, that'd be awesome. We'd love to hear that from you. If it's something that you're going to work on, I invite you to highlight that note, and let's be working on that so that the next networking session you go on, you feel prepared and you're ready to go. Sometimes we're pivoting and we're changing things up a little bit, or we have a new course that we're launching and we want to just make sure that we are adequately describing. And so I have not redone this in light of the boss school we're going to talk to you about. So I will probably be taking a look at what I say I do. So let's keep going. There's more to learn. More to learn. Okay. So in networking, I want you to network at least 3 places. How many of you already network at least 3 places? Type yes in the chat. I'm going to describe to you. Some of us network way more. So there's a couple nuances that I want to share with you. And the first one is don't put all your eggs in one basket and only go one place. For some of us, we have a local business. And in your local business, it is important, like, to go to the chamber or to go to like women's organizations in your area. Or yes, Carolyn's now on the networking train, and she's like in the head car. No, but what I want you to do is just have a variety of places. Some can be online, especially like if you have the ability to serve people from anywhere right here from your computer. Networking online is fabulous. I met Marie recently. And Marie joined NACWE, the National Association of Christian Women Entrepreneurs, that both Carolyn and I are members of, and I'm the host of the Dallas chapter of that. And Marie, where she lives, she says, we just don't have anything like this in our area. So sometimes you do go online. But what I want you to think about for these, this is dual as we talk about networking and then speaking in a bit. And this is, look at these organizations for places to network, but then also look at them as possible places to speak. So we're going to look at it through two lenses as we look at this list. And you can literally go, I'm going to mess it up. Mary's in Tennessee, and I know the name of the greater city that she's in, and I just don't have it in my head right now. Nashville, Knoxville, Memphis. She's near Memphis. Yep, she's near Memphis. There we go. And so she can go and Google Memphis networking organizations, Memphis women's networking organizations, Memphis Greater Chamber of Commerce. She can go. We can all Google or go into AI, and it will give us the list. So visit before you join, but take a look, because sometimes this is a caveat. You don't have to join everything to speak, but sometimes they want to feature their members. But let's keep going on the list. There's more here, more gold here on the networking train. Okay, great. So we have our local chambers of commerce. Visit before you join. Check it out. Go a couple times. Just because it's bigger doesn't mean it's better. But if you are someone that wants to be known in your local area, it is a really great idea to join and be active in your local chamber. There are trade associations. And when I say this, I'm thinking about this for speaking opportunities. But as I'm thinking out loud, when it comes to like health, and I don't know, maybe there are some trade associations that might be really excellent for you, Mary Ely. I don't know, but for everyone, there are people looking for speakers. The accountants organization, the plumbers, the hospital, the teachers, the attorneys. Are you with me? There are associations having meetings everywhere. I want to highlight service organizations, everybody, and why do I want to do that? Because I believe that some of the most amazing humans on the planet are part of service organizations. And when it comes to you being part of them, or an opportunity to speak at them, I'm really talking here about the Rotary, the Kiwanis, the Lions Clubs. These are organizations where the main reasons why people go is they're going to give back to the community and to the world at large. Is it really networking, and do they really pass business? Well, They pass business, to be sure. They build great relationships. These are some of the most successful business owners and people in corporate business and business leaders in your area. And so then they're looking for speakers. They meet weekly. They're looking to fill out their speaking calendar. Do you speak and sell there? Probably not, but you would be able to go and make connections. It's as simple as typing in. I could type in Arlington, Texas, Rotary clubs. They'll pop up. I can click on the clubs. I can message the president and say, hey, I'm interested in speaking to your club. Who do you know? Who do you know who is it that is booking the speeches? And they'll introduce you. It's really great. And wonderful places for you to visit and maybe join to be one of those people who gives back. Let's keep going. So some of us, what we want to do speaking at churches and ministries and nonprofits could be very meaningful for us. And so I want you to think about where you might like to be speaking. And this is a whole idea of, I'm going to talk a little bit further later about exactly how to reach out to these organizations. There's a couple more here, Carolyn. I think we can just, so some of us have a business bent to what we're up to, or with what we're up to, we can be serving business owners. And so I want you to be thinking about, where are some companies that host regular sales meetings that they're looking for speakers all the time where you can go speak? And so some examples of those will be, just to help prompt you in your head. How about realtors? They're having regular sales meetings, mortgage people, the insurance companies, financial advisors. Are you following me on that? And what I want you to think about is that this is an opportunity for you to go and educate. And we'll talk later about pulling leads in the room, more about the business of speaking. And then I haven't, in my networking lately, I've been running into tons of coaches and consultants. I'm not meeting a lot of direct sales and network marketing people. In the past, I did. But these are great organizations that are also pulling together people for regular meetings, and they're looking for people to come and speak and inspire and educate and motivate their people. So who do you know who is the leader in one of these companies that could invite you to speak to their team? Lastly, don't ever discount amazing groups that are on Facebook, communities that are out there, online communities, where they can invite you, hey, yes, could you come and speak live? Could you do a workshop for my audience? Especially if it's the audience that you're seeking. So when you are, and by the way, you can totally use networking, even using that sample post I sent you as a way to be networking online in Facebook groups without really formally belonging to that organization. How does that sound? I think it sounds great. Let's keep going. So what do you say? What do you say if you're going to reach out? Let's say you have you meet a realtor and he tells you he's part of one of the most active offices near you, active real estate offices near you. And he gives you the name of the person who books their speeches. You could say, hi, this is my name, this is what I do, and then just tell them what you're thinking. I would like to offer to do a free Zoom training, or I'd love to come in to your weekly sales meeting if you know they have one. And I put how to twice, so sorry. To offer a training for your organization, and it's going to be on what it is you speak on. So mine might be how to grow your business through speaking. And then just lob it out there and see what comes back. Lob it out and pause. How do you feel about me being a speaker? Don't think that it's hard, complicated. I'll tell you what's going to happen. Several things. Either they can come back and say, yes, can you come next Wednesday? That's one thing that could happen. I'll tell you how to deal with that. They say, yes, could you come next Wednesday? They could say, yes, and give you some dates. They might say, could you tell me more about you? Could you send over more information? They might not ever answer you, and they might say no. But at least you'll know where you stand. Does that sound good? And wouldn't you rather put the energy out of asking? It's only in the asks that we're going to get booked. I remember speaking to someone who's an author, was getting ready to do some speaking, and she says, nobody reaches out to book me. And I thought, No. We have to put it out there to people. You can be out speaking on your Facebook and saying, "Hey, I was speaking last week, and I'm looking for more speaking opportunities." You can do it that way to have people know, but don't just sit back and think that everyone's going to book you. Just no, that's not going to happen. Everyone, we got to work it. We have to work it. Okay, let's move on. I want to share with you how to turn casual connections into partnerships and speaking gigs. So let's take a look. So I want to talk to you a little bit about one of the most powerful concepts in networking, because what I find is we go to a networking event in person or online, and what do we go, and what is your intention? What is your intention? Such a good question, because the majority of people go and they're hoping to sell something. But if I was to get really real with you, in the getting real, it's that very few people are going to buy. And so on rare occasions, you're going to get someone saying, "Oh, I've been looking for someone who does what you do." That happens. It happens, but it's not everybody, and it's not all the time. So what I want you to be on the lookout for is, who is it that also serves your same client that you could potentially partner with and help each other grow your business? So we're looking for, if you help people improve their health, we're looking for other people who help them improve their health in different ways, so that you can team up and be able to refer each other. So let's start on the left and let's head over to the right in this concept. So number one, connect with like-minded professionals who serve your client, but it's not competition. The only way to begin this is to have a conversation and to get to know the person. It all starts with one conversation. It's kind of like dating. So when you have a great conversation with someone, I highly recommend, before that conversation ends, put a next date to talk, maybe a week or two in your calendar. Keep that conversation going. Like, hey, yeah, I think I want to talk to you again. And then invite them. A great next step is to invite them to know your work. We talked yesterday, if you watched the replay, if you were here for day one, we talked a little bit about how Carolyn and I, how our relationship began. This is totally what we're talking about. And so it's not, hey, this is what I do. It costs $2,500. I really want you to come and do my thing, and then maybe we can talk about the pay, right? And then we can talk about working together. No, it's about having them come and experience what you do, because you're thinking about the bigger picture. Does that make sense? And so it might be, hey, here's my book. Come and do my course. I want you to get to know me. And so invite them to know your work. That's how you're going to know each other, like each other, trust each other, know that, hey, this is really what my people need. And you're going to build that strong relationship, because the best relationships, whether in business and life, they take a little bit of time and they take a little effort. And then you're going to take a step to refer each other. Maybe that's hosting an event together. Commit and take one step at a time. Do them one step at a time. The Passion to Platform Masterclasses is the second time that Carolyn and I have done this in the 11 months that we have known each other. And in that 11 months, we've had plenty of time to experience what each other is up to, and plenty of conversations. And I thank God for this relationship. Sometimes on calls, on a first call, are you with me? Sometimes on a first call, I can see the possibilities. Are you ever like that in your networking? Do you ever see the possibilities? You're talking to someone, you're like, ooh, oh, this is great. This is really awesome. And sometimes I have to sit on my hands, because I totally want to marry them on the first date. And I don't recommend that. Just go have a second date. Just go have a second date. But I highly recommend that when you're networking, if you don't have someone walk up to you and say, hey, I've been looking for what you do, that you mainly spend your time keeping an eye out for potential power partners, having that be where you spend your time. If you go to a networking meeting and people say, I want to talk to you, I want to talk to you, spend the time first with the people who share your clients. And then I recommend really spend 80% of your networking time with that audience. So let's keep going. Guess what, Carolyn? That's the end of the networking session. Woo! Let's see what tech you have for us.
All right, guys. That was, first first of all, I wanted to say that was so amazing. I was over here taking notes, so that's why you had to give me an extra tap tap. Uh, to tell me, hey, go to the next slide. I'm like, okay, I'm typing out some things. What I did want to talk about is the power of Chat GPT and what Terry Lee talked about. If you did not get a screenshot of her slide when she had her About Me post, if you didn't know, you could actually take that and say, here's an example inside of Chat GPT of what that of a post that I want to structure my post after, and then you just ramble and kind of tell ChatGPT all the things and let it organize your story in the same structure that Terry Lee had her post. And so if you guys are on here now and you're not using Chat GPT, I would definitely highly recommend you use that to kind of restructure that. Also, she talked about looking up different things. One of the things that I asked Chat GPT, and this is a prompt that you guys may want to use, I said to it, I teach on this. Other than what niche communities can actually utilize this information, because sometimes we just want to try to rake up audiences out of this huge pool of people, and sometimes you have to niche it down. This is when I searched that is when real estate agents came up for me, and now I regularly teach CE client credits at a training and consulting. I only thought, oh my God, I need to get in front of more entrepreneurs. I need to get in front of more entrepreneurs. And I didn't even think about the niche down entrepreneurs that already come together. They already meet. So, in the topic that you are sharing and you're talking about, you want to get into rooms or ask ChatGPT, what rooms can I get in where these people are already there? And that way you already have your group of ideal clients that are right there ready to go. And so there is so much tech when it comes to talking about these different things. Whenever I was hearing Terry talk about all of these different associations and organizations, those are things that you can specifically say in ChatGPT. Where are some places that I can present that may not pay a speaker fee? Whenever I get into the detail of the tech, you guys are going to see that collecting those leads and using those QR codes in front of those presentations is going to pay you more than actually somebody giving you $250, $350, $400. I have had stages that paid one amount, but it ended up being like a $30,000 stage because somebody in that audience brought me into their program that actually allowed me to come back time and time again to host workshops and things like that. So she also talked about the size of the room. Sometimes when you get in a room, all you need is like 2 or 3 people. 2 or 3 people to refer you, invest in you, or use you for your services, get their testimonials, and it can spread like wildfire. So even though we're kind of like bouncing back and forth with the tech part, I am going to allow Terry Lee to get back into like the structure and the impact so that when I pull you guys out and do the demo, you guys can actually see how this actually works in ChatGPT. But I want you guys to write down these things, put it into ChatGPT, get those solutions, because she's just giving you guys the secret sauce on setting the stage for you to be able to get in front of more people. And with resources like that out there, with ChatGPT or Clyde or any other GPT that you guys are using, you want to ask it those specific things, because sometimes we have that narrow vision, and what tech can do is kind of broaden it, because now I'm in front of audience that I would have never thought to get in front of. Another one of those which was really interesting is my daughter was in she was getting her esthetician license, and I sat down and she was like, Mom, you should come, everybody's going to be opening up their business. I was like, I don't know what to talk to estheticians about. And I went into Chat GPT and I asked it, My cash on replay model plus my passionpreneur building business community, would this be ideal for, estheticians and hairstylists and people who are in beauty school? ChatGPT came back and gave me a full out pitch and presentation, and now I regularly go to the career day at these beauty colleges talking about my cash on replay program, and have had several people come into my community, use my services, or coach with me from those programs. So sometimes we have that narrow vision. We want to get into these big rooms, we want to get onto these big stages, but there are local stages right outside of your doorstep that no one is even thinking about. And now ChatGPT can help you get in front of those people and actually put the pitch together to tie you in, because sometimes we get a little like a word salad. Yeah, I don't know, but I do like this. ChatGPT will help refine it, so when you go to them, you know exactly what you are bringing to the table in a clear, concise way, because it's going to help you craft that 1 minute elevator pitch using the prompts that Terry has given us today. I'm going to turn it back over to you.
Sorry, I was muted. Okay, we're starting to head into we did network, and now we're starting to head into the speak portion. That's what you want to do, right, Carolyn?
Yes, 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 yes.
Great. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. So there are some of you, again, who are very focused on speaking your faith story. There are most of us in here, I think, even if we are, we want to be able to still structure our talk so that we can not only make impact, but that we can make an income. Would most of you agree that that is important to you in this moment? And so let's dive in. Let's dive in. I'm going to give you a recipe. It's a recipe that I follow. It's the recipe we follow today. It's the recipe. If you watch me speak, you're going to see it a lot, and it is a winning recipe to be able to create that income and the impact. And so when you craft your speech, and when I'm just going to go for the positive, Carolyn, and say when we work together. When we work together, there are several important elements of your talk, and number one is going to be the about me. And so you saw that I incorporate some pictures as I talk about myself. And it's really critical that you give enough information about you in a talk in just a couple minutes. And I think it's something that even if you've done it before, I want to speak to those who are speaking, because I think all the time we can go think about, what am I going to be offering to these people? How do I want to be helping these people? And do I need to change up what I'm telling them about me? Because ultimately, we want them to be able to look at you. We want them to be able to look at you, and we want them to be able to say, aha, she gets me. He gets me. She's been where I am. He's been where I am. And that she's far enough ahead that I believe that she could be my person. And so I'll tell you what, this whole idea of the slides and using the pictures in that way, you have no idea. So many people just say to me, I want to know how you do that. It's not hard. It's not hard, but it's a wonderful way to be able to describe part of your journey, and for them people to get the visual. And so just know that this about me section in your speech is super critical, and it's something I really recommend you spend time on. And so in the next section, I shared this today, but I want to share with you why it's special sauce. And that's, how many of you worry and have concern about being salesy? Anybody? You feel funny? Yes, Ingrid, I know, right? And so there's a lot of people that feel funny about being salesy, and how many of you have been backed into a corner and they see at a networking event and it seemed like they weren't going to let you out until you bought? Anybody? It happens, right? And how many of you have been to something and felt like you were getting bait and switch? You had no idea that anybody was going to offer you anything, and suddenly they're selling you something in the middle of a thing, right? When you share, there are different ways to say this, but I love what's happening today, or what's happening tonight, what's happening this afternoon. what this does is you hate it so much. I know. The thing about it is it just gets us all on the same page. And a lot of times, like if I would have thought about it for a hot second, I would have let you know that we're gonna tell you about the boss school. But there's nothing that money can buy today. Like I want people to like relax because there's nothing money can buy today for the law school. We're going to invite you to apply and say you're interested in more information. We're going to have a chat to see if it's a good fit, and then we can get formal about what's going to happen, right? This what's happening today is the answer for you to begin to have them understand. You hate sounding like a car salesman. Yeah. But what I want to share with you is, so I always recommend you include it, and it can be because, like, if we go to a service club, if you're going to go speak to like the number one Rotary club in your area, there's like 80 business people there. It's really a hot room of business leaders, right? And even if you can't sell, you can still say what's going to happen today is I'm going to invite you to stay in the conversation with me, and you can give out your free ebook and then they all can get on your email list, right? Anyone who would like to stay. So I do want to pause and I want to talk about this because I feel like Ingrid, between who's requesting the replay of this and who's live today, I feel like Ingrid's not the only one that might be concerned about selling like a car salesman. Um, and and I just want to encourage you all that really there are, and I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to outline some of it for you. There are really some critical steps when it comes to making an offer and letting people know how you can help them. And there are people that are sitting there and they're like, well, I'm interested in more information. I'm interested in more information. And so we need to tell them what it is. They don't know if we don't tell them, and we can't help them if they don't engage us. And if I could just, I'm going to go off on a tangent for a hot minute, Carolyn. Here we go. And that's for us all, right? Because I think that when we talk about the business of speaking, that means we're going to sell something. There'll be people that all they ever do is buy your $20 book. Yes. And that's how much you can help them. Are you with me? There'll be people that that's how you help them. There'll be people that'll come in and do your $100 thing, people that come in and do everything with you, right? But it starts with what's happening today and making an offer. So hopefully there'll be some more about sales that'll come up. Oh, I went to go change the slide, Carolyn, myself. That was silly. I wonder why that didn't work. So then when it comes to what we're going to say, I am going to empower you to make a list of multiple things. We are going to fill out key teaching points that can take up to an hour. Because for the most part, when we go speak somewhere, it's not that we say, hey, I have an hour speech. Hey, I have a 30-minute speech. They tell you how long you have. They will tell you, hey, we have 20 minutes for you, we have 45 minutes for you. And when you know that you have these, let's say, 6 key components already ready to go in slides or in outlines, you can simply take your slide deck and add or take away for the given audience. And so we're going to build that out and for you to feel fantastic about this speech. And we're even going to even look at, hey, I'm going to go into a ministry setting and I'm going to give my faith story. And I'm going to be able to give my faith story in half an hour. I'm going to be able to give my faith story in 10 minutes. I'm going to be able to give my faith story in an hour. And the thing is, you still want to be able to, if you're given the opportunity, still pull leads in the room of the people who would like to stay in touch with you. So we're going to learn and share those things. Okay. Lastly, I'm going to dive into this a little more, and that would be the elements that go into making an offer. And for you to be able to say, and as we talked about, we're going to share about this today. And you just move right on in. And what I want to empower you today is don't feel funny about it. Don't feel funny about it. I have seen students and clients give a beautiful workshop, a beautiful online workshop. And then when it came time to talk about the program they were offering, they acted all funny. They like tensed up. And so we don't want to do that. Do you know, everyone, that people buy your energy and enthusiasm? They buy your energy and enthusiasm. You don't have to be somebody you're not. But when you're excited about your program, they'll be excited. If you're not excited, if you're not thinking it's the best thing that's ever, that they're not going to think that either. I'll be excited to dive in a little bit more on this to help you walk away with today some pertinent points so that you can make income and impact. Okay, so what are some offers you can make? I alluded to some of them. I love this one. This one is a soft land, and it's for those times when you just want to be able to collect leads. Now, in the old days, we collected leads very old-fashionedly, and this is where Carolyn comes in with all the tech. And old-fashionedly meant I had times, ladies, that I spoke to like business networking luncheons of like 80 women. I had index cards on the table. And I said, if you're interested in doing a coaching session with me about such and such, put your name, your email, and a C, and I'll know to contact you for a coaching session. And I had 80 women in the room, and I walked out with no lie, 75 of those cards. But then I had to go
I
back
had
and
to switch
schedule
back to
them.
this scene to just to make sure people are awoke. She says she
Oh,
used index cards.
I know. Well, what
And
I'm telling you is
and
the
she wrote
truth. It's the
C's
truth.
on them with email addresses that she had to go back and type in and translate. And you guys, she used index cards. So I want to just say before we even get into the tech part, I hate to just like dive in there that we don't have no
No,
excuses. She just said that she
no.
processed 80 index cards. And that is something that we don't have to do today. So we
No.
can collect
That's why we're here, Carolyn. That's
thousands of
why we're
people.
here with
All right.
you.
I'm gonna have to go back because every time I hear you talk about those index cards, I have to just be like, she said index cards. She said
I know.
index
It's the truth. It's the truth. It is old
cards.
school, but I bet y'all did it with me, didn't you? You did it. Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. And then let's keep going. Let's keep going. What's next? I'm really old school. Okay. Receive my free ebook. Now, there are times that now today we would use a speaker funnel. We would have them, well, I'll let Carolyn talk about, but anyway, this is one way for people to also like formally go and get on your email list. And do you know these days, it is so possible that instead of carrying, like taking my index cards, flying back home, reaching out in a day or two, and nobody gets back to you. Ugh, okay. Seriously, has that happened to any of you? It's not just old school. Anyway, but receive your free ebooks. So like if you're someone who doesn't have a lead magnet that you love yet, or a lead magnet that goes with your business, because I can't use an ebook about business networking to be talking about speaking to grow your business, right? It's not the same. So do you have the lead magnet you love? Let's go on. Buy your book. Okay, for some of us, that's where you start. That's where you start. I think that the Angela that's on the iPhone is Angela Alexander. And a bazillion years ago, I met Angela out in Southern California, and she was speaking first, and she had her book. And that's what I was doing. We actually met in trainings in the past. And we initially thought we're going to speak, tell our story, and sell our book, right? And maybe that's what it is. And maybe that's what it is. I also believe in giving away your book when people make an appointment with you. Giving away your book when people make an appointment with you, because the idea is you would like to have them come and be part of something more, and where it's more, where they're going to ultimately work closer with you, and you'll be able to make more money. And you can you can tie this offer into going to a QR code. Now I'm really, Carolyn can tell you how to, but going into a QR code, signing up and making that appointment with you. So it's already made. You don't go home. So it's already made. And when you know the appointment's made, they get the book. You can still hand it to them in person if you're in person. Next, your course. Hey, everyone, we did this thing and we're going to invite you to purchase the course. And if it's a lower ticket item, you can actually give them the link and let them go right then and purchase it with their credit card. It's awesome. Awesome. Participate in your program. Are you with me? Do y'all have these? And if you don't, it's not a problem. But is this something that you want to do? Maybe it's in your bubble from yesterday. Is there more here? Oh, and then I love this one. If you're selling something that's higher end, or you just want to be able to have a chat with people to determine if you're doing a program and you want to make sure that they are a good fit for your program for the next year, for the next 6 months, that you really want to be working with them. It's, it's a two-way street. It's a dual interview, right? Just let people know that, hey, at the end of this, I'm gonna invite you to interview. This is what the program is, and you can interview to coach with me, and we'll determine if it's a good fit. That way, no one is sitting there thinking, I need to pay thousands of dollars right now. Like there's this a wonderful way to be able to bridge the gap and bring people in to do business with you. So let's see what else, Carolyn. So how are we gonna pull these leads? Well, I would say index cards, but y'all don't enjoy that. So what's next? Y'all didn't enjoy the end. But it's true. Let's just go back. Okay. Now, if anything should go down with your tech, if Wi-Fi is down, you need to know the old school ways that served us well over the years. It's true. You need to know. So you can't always collect business cards, or sometimes, you know what? I carry it. Don't laugh at me, ladies. I carry index cards with me just in case. And I do. And sometimes people don't have a business card. Next. Oh no, there it is. Okay, keep going. We already know how you feel about that. Okay, listen, if tech is down, you can always have people. This would be the pre-QR code way to go. Text your name and best email to this number, and then you have it. Next. This is really where it starts to get amazing, especially when you know the old school ways. And that's, yes, have them go right into that link and give the information, have them go right into the QR code, have them be right where they need to be. This is really where you want to go. And there's their last point. Yes. Okay. Same thing here. If it's an option, we want them to know that how are they going to tell us they want to interview. And on that, I would tend to say, if you want to just let me know that you'd like to interview with me, I invite you to text me to that. Just send me a text. That way they all come to my phone. I'm able to get back with them ASAP to interview. So these are some ways to pull leads from the room. We always want to do that. Next, let's engage that audience. Let's engage the audience. Okay. I want you to think about, for those who feel funny about sales, I want you to think about always be pre-closing throughout your presentation. It doesn't have to be salesy, but it can be bringing up a new concept, including a success story of a client. It can be talking about a new concept and saying, imagine if you could use these skills for the rest of your life, what would that mean to you? Throw in things throughout your presentation. These are the things that will matter along the way. See, oh my gosh, see, I'm ahead of myself. I'm so excited. Okay, let's go to the next one. Now the math. I want to talk to you a little bit about the math. And the math is the price of what you're going to offer people, don't you? And so we want them to see, especially like if it's they're making an investment in their business, we want them to see how it makes sense that they can have a return on their investment. And that as an example, that we could say, hey, imagine if you were speaking once a week. And imagine if, depending on what the item is you're selling, imagine that you were selling $500 in sales a week that you weren't already making. Imagine that's $2,000 a month that you would be making just from speaking, using these skills, selling your program, selling your coaching. That's $24,000 a year. And over 10 years time, if you're going to work at least 10 more years, that's $240,000 just on first time sales, not repeat sales, not referrals, right? And begin to show them the math, and that's conservative math. Invite them, give them the math formula, and invite them to do their own math. Like I've had people come in the chat and say that these ideas they're worth like $100,000 or they're worth this, and so think about using this depending on what you're selling, how it can help people, and just guide them through. Showing them the math can be very powerful. Aha, here we go. Let's keep going. All right. this is what I'm going to share with you what people really want to know. And I'm going to just say that as we go, before we end today and talk to you about the Boss School, I want you to look at it from two lenses, if you will. Number one, I want you to look at it and say, hey, could this really help me right now? Is this what I need right now to move my speaking business forward? But I also want to invite you to use it as a study. Could you apply those items to how you are making your offer? So you want to explain clearly what you're offering, what is the product or services, everything. You want people to have a full understanding. They can't know that they want it unless they understand what it is. Next, you have some bonuses that you want to offer. And so I'm going to invite you to think about what those could be. Are there extra things you could offer that don't cost you any more out of pocket than some things you might have already developed that you could share? Next, the idea of scarcity. And what do I mean by that? It could be, you could say something like, hey, I'm looking to work with no more than 12 people for the next 6 months, and use something like that. And I have had people, when I have said that, because it was true, but when I've had people say, did you get the 12 yet? Right? Scarcity on time. Hey, this program starts and such, and the deadline is this. Throw in some scarcity. It speaks to people. Social proof, the actual using testimonials when you have them. One thing we will be teaching is the art of asking for testimonials and how to share them and the importance of them. Social proof can even be including it on your social media, or using one you used on your social media, but throwing into the offer. I'd love to talk more about using social proof. And then, do you offer a guarantee or promise? Do you offer a 30-day money back guarantee? Do you? Could you? Is there some type of promise that you could make that would take away the people that are concerned about something like that? Very rarely have I had people come back, within like a week and say, hey, and something's happened, right? Pricing. People need to know what the price is. And so I want to invite you to a couple things. Number one, share the value, the absolute value, share what the investment is, and offer options to people. Offer options for paying in full, offer options for monthly payments. Tell people that that you are flexible. We want to meet people where they are. And so when you can meet people where they are, it leads to enrolling more people. So, but people just need to understand what the pricing is and how it works. Does this mean it's time for the tech?
Yes, it does. It does mean that it's time for the tech. It means that it's time to get unafraid. It means that it is time for you guys to now embrace what we talked about yesterday. So if you have not watched a replay, I did a whole affirmation yesterday and went through and told you guys that it's just in your mind. We're not technology challenged. We are going to embrace it. We are stop calling it a challenge. We are talking about making sure that it is an experience that is going to elevate everything that Terry Lee talked about. And so I want you guys to understand that you're going to get the replay. Do not try to, oh my goodness, I have to do this right now. Take this tech part that I'm about to go through right now, and I want you guys to make note of what I talk about first, second, third, fourth, and fifth. Highlight the things that you want to learn, then come back to this video and watch it again until you fully get that down. I don't want anyone to be like, oh my God, I have to do all the things. So before I get into the tech piece, I want to pre-warn you about some of the amazing things that we're going to bring today. I want to thank you, Terry Lee, because you had me so excited. Like, I feel like now that an offer is not a scary thing, I used to be that way. I used to be like, oh my God, I'm so scared to tell them the price. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to seem like a car salesman. I don't want to seem like, I don't want people to feel like how I felt sometimes. And not knowing what made me feel that way was something that I had to reflect on as I got in this business and say, okay, what made me feel uncomfortable, and remove those things from my speech and set it up in a way to make people feel like I would want to feel if I was in the seat being pitched to. So those are some great tips that Terry Lee gave us. So now it's time to play. It's time to talk about the tech tools that is needed to pull from the audience that you're in front of. If you look at this picture, you see the funnel, right? The funnel is just like everyone that you have touched. And when people go through the funnel, money should drip out. Money should come from that. More opportunity should come through that. And so what happens is that we don't take advantage of the audience we're in front of, and there are so many missed opportunities. I always talk about the time that I did this conference and it was so many people in the room, and I was like, yes, 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 look at how many people came to my session. And when I got back home, I'm like, how am I going to get in touch with them? And from that moment, this was like in the early 2000s, right? I was like, I am not going to go through that again. So I immediately started implementing things. So Terry Lee talks about her index cards. I had like sign in sheets that people would put their email address on. I had people go into my spreadsheet and put their email in there, because we didn't have the tech tools that we have today. But boy, are we so lucky to live in a time like this. So if you weren't with me yesterday, let me go ahead and introduce myself. I am Dr. Carolyn Bobb-Green, aka the Digiboss. Like, I love things, all things digital. Even when technology first came out, even when the dial-up was, I was always into creating things on the computer and making my presentation stand out when I taught in school, when I did things, and even in high school, right? I wanted to be in the curve of the latest thing that was out. Um, I want run four passion driven businesses, and they are broken into two entities. One is Training You to Succeed, and Training You to Succeed has an early childhood entity where I work with early childhood owners, professionals, teachers, and coaches. And then I also work with entrepreneurs as well. Those two businesses fall under the Training You to Succeed. And then I have another company called Carolyn Lynette Enterprises that owns two boutiques, one called Style It Up Boutique and the other one called Teachertopia. And both of them are just like my fun thing, the things that I really, really, really like to do. So I'm basically a girl who took her love for teaching and dressing up her Barbie dolls, and I just put it out there and made it into business. So I am really big on turning your passion into profit, and doing it on purpose. I am a mommy of two grown daughters finally, and I'm a Lola of an 18-month old named Mason, who I absolutely love, and he brings me so much joy. I am convinced that we like our grandkids better than our own kids. I don't, it's just a thing. And also, I'm a passionate teacher, so in all of my businesses I do the thing that I know that I was created to do, and that is to teach. I say that I am a tech savvy trainer. I love making systems simple for you so that you're not, wrecking your brain. I love turning a messy idea. Like, I have people come to me and be like, I want to do this. I have this idea. I have this idea. And I love taking it and making it into this system that works for them and create the business based on what they love to do. So those are some of the things that I'm passionate about. I believe in doing business with boldness, joy, and clarity. And anytime you come across me, whether it is in the grocery store or if you meet me at a clothing store, I always talk about what I do, and I feel like that's what fuels me. A lot of people ask me where my energy, girl, do you rest? Do you get I don't, because I'm always excited. I'm always excited about the opportunity to pour into someone and to teach them. One thing I can say to you guys is I know business, and I am so excited to tell you guys about my journey. And even though I teach the digital side of it and I teach the technology side of it, speaking was a huge part of my business. So I have created over $1 million in digital assets. I have established several successful businesses and helped and partnered with other people to do the same. But it did not start off that way. I started off 20 years ago with my cousin Giselle, and we created a company, Training to Succeed, right? Called Toots, Tuts, which is named after my aunt, who we called Toots, but her real name was Carolyn. Yes, I was named after, my name is Carolyn Jr. I was named after my auntie, and I in turn named my company after her. So me and my cousin both loved early education and teaching, and my aunt spoke into me before she passed away, and she said, I see you. I see you leading workshops. I see you doing things that our family did not get the opportunity to do. I see you going the long haul in education. I'm the first in my first line generation of family to go to college and to finish school. And so she spoke that into my life. And when she passed away, her only daughter, Giselle, my cousin, we decided that we wanted to bring that to life with Training You to Succeed. So we hosted a workshop, and this is the picture of one of our first workshops. And as you can see, there were only 4 people there. And the lady in the pink shirt, guys, is my mom. I market. I passed out flyers. I went door to door. I started telling everybody about this workshop, and only 4 people showed up. I believe that public speaking was in my DNA, and I came out of my mom's womb, like Terry Lee said, with a Blinq microphone to share my message. I did pageants, I did things in church to be able to speak, but my happy spot was standing in front of these early educators, these teachers, really showing them how they can grow and develop their classroom. My passion, my excitement is standing in front of entrepreneurs, seasoned and old, and revitalizing you and showing you how important it is to monetize your knowledge, turn your passion into profit, and to use tech tools to automate these things so that you can have cash on replay. Now, this is the beginning. And then I told you guys things started to change. The room started to look like this, where I could say I'm hosting something and I have to turn people away. The picture at the bottom, my mom had to stand at the door as everyone at that conference tried to get into my session, but it was only 80 seats available. And so I'm here to tell you guys, when you utilize these tools that I'm going over, you're able to not only take information from the crowd, but actually convert it into loyal clients who you can actually touch. In these rooms, there are tools that I use in every presentation when I create it in order for me to be able to collect that information. It is one thing for them to sit in my session and be like, oh my God, Miss Carolyn, I learned so much. I had such an amazing time. I'm going to go back to my classroom and do this. But it's another thing when they get an email from me on Monday automatically to say, hey, what did you actually do in your classroom? When I'm able to follow up with the text message and say, hey, I hope you're being a sparkle cater today. I hope that you're being magical. It is different when I'm able to connect with childcare owners and be able to impact their staff because I collected their information and shared with them my free Facebook page, my free online trainings to show them that I'm not just about telling you that I can do it, I'm about doing it. And so that is how I pulled contacts from my audience and converted them into actual clients. So Terry Lee talked about pulling leads from the rooms. And you have to speak. You have to put yourself out there, whether you're on a live, whether you're in a grocery store, whether you're in front of 3 people. You have to collect those leads, and there are tools to be able to do that. Why capturing the leads on the spot is so crucial is because it helps you to overcome that salesy feeling, focusing on the relationship building. So whenever you take the leads on the spot and you put it in your phone and you follow up with them and you let them know that, hey, I have this for you, I'm willing to share with you this information. When you do give them an offer, they know that the offer is worth it. And if you're in my community and you know me, I go live at 5 a.m. on Sundays sharing information. I go live during the week. I do a whole bunch of bonus workshops because I want to let you know that when you invest your money in whatever it is that I have my hand in and whatever it is that I touch, that if I give you away that stuff for free, imagine what I'm going to give you when you spend $1 with me. So you have to build that relationship. And there are so many tech tools, QR codes, opt-ins, and etc. And I'm going to show you guys how simple it is for you to create that today. All right, collecting leads from a QR code. So there are some tools I want you guys to write down. I am going to switch the screen and I'm going to show you some things on my apps that are on my phone. And I'm going to show you some real life demonstrations of how simple it is to create some of these QR codes if you don't want to spend money, because there are so many things out there for free. Okay, so if I have some people here that still don't know what a QR code is, let me just tell you what it is. I want to cover my bases. It is a scannable graphic that redirects someone to a URL or a landing page. That's all it is. It's not anything special. All it is a scan and taking you to where you need to go. A lot of people think that they have to have fancy tools to create them. You don't. You can do them right in Canva, and I'm going to show that. It is a seamless way to be able to collect information so that people are not typing in your website name. When I tell somebody that I am training you to succeed, they put in training YOU, training, you, and then the number 2. And so when I have a QR code, I don't have to tell you anything when I'm presenting, but pull out your phones and scan right here. If we're in a grocery store and I didn't bring my purse in, I'm going to have my phone. And so I'm able to pull up that QR code and quickly direct them to where I need to go. There are so many different platforms to collect and create QR codes. Canva is one of my favorites to do that. But understand, it's not just the QR code that you're creating. You have to first create the place in which you're going to collect that information. And you can do that with a Google form or with a Kartra page. And I'm going to show you how to make sense of that. So a lot of people are like, I got to get someone to create me a QR code. Yeah, but where's that QR code going to lead them to? And so those are some things that you want to brainstorm today. So let's talk free versus paid. So we all know that Canva has a free version. It does allow you to create QR codes. We do know that Google Forms are free because it's a Google thing. If you have a Gmail account, that's free. But there's also a tool called Blinq, Blinq. It's 2 B's on top of each other, and it is an app. It is easy to set up, and I'm going to show you guys what it is and how you can get that set up on your phone for multiple businesses. And all I do is log into one Blinq depending on who I'm talking to, or log into the other one. So if I'm talking to an early childhood professional, I'm logged into my training you to succeed for early educators Blinq. If I'm talking to business owners, or if I'm in a room with real estate or hairstylists, spa owners, or whatever it may be, I am logged into my passionpreneur Blinq. And all you have to do is have separate emails. You don't have to do anything special or download multiple apps, but it allows you to go back and forward. And then my favorite tool to use to collect leads, to collect any information. Many of you guys filled out the Boss School application through it, and that is through Kartra. Those are the tools that I use to, rake up the leads that are in the room. So let's first go over to, I'm going to pull this up. Let's go over to the phone, and we are going to move that screen around. We're going to connect it. And so even now, the tool that I am using to make me and Terry Lee look so amazing in our presentation, when she talked about having really good presentation and different things, is I'm using a software on my Mac called Ecamm Live. So if you're a Mac user, Ecamm allows you to look good on screen, create your presentations without having to worry about screen sharing. And we're going to talk about some of those tools that you can use for that presentation that Terry Lee talked about as well. So On your phone, you can download the Blinq app. It is right here. It has the two B's on top of each other. When you open it up, it gives you like a business card that someone can scan. So Terry Lee sent me her Blinq, and this is what it looks like. It has the Boss School on there. And if I were to meet up with her, it would be a QR code for me to scan, and this information would come on my phone without having to download the app. And then I can save her contact card into my phone. And when I do that, I become a lead inside of her Blinq. So let me show you what my Blinq looks like. It looks like this for passionpreneurs. So when someone says to me, do you have a business card? All they do is scan this with their phone, and then my card comes up. I can share it with them, and then what's going to pop up on their end is just their name and their phone number, and then they become a part of my contact. Now, the thing with business cards is that when you give someone your business card, you have to wait for them to call you. You don't have their name, you don't have their information, and with Blinq, it allows you guys to exchange information so that now you feel like it's okay for you to follow up with them. So that makes it so amazing. I'm going to tell you guys something about my business card. On my business card, on the back of it, it has a QR code that leads them to a freebie. So my early childhood business card has a freebie. It's a self-instructional training for teachers so that teachers immediately scan it and put their information in and get it so that I get it while I'm in front of them. And for passionpreneurs, it's my cash on replay guide. And so they're able to scan my business card, and I'm like, hey, I give away this cash on replay system, and I want to make sure that you got it. So go ahead and scan it. And they just put in their first name and email address, and that gives me the space to connect with them. So even if you have a business card, which I highly recommend, because when I was in Dallas at the Good Soil Conference, when we were inside of the actual arena, we didn't have phone signals. So everything, the QR codes were like stuck and all the things. And so I did have my business cards on backup. But when I gave them out, I told them, I said, hey, I give away this freebie. You want to scan it? And I had tons of people scanning it, getting their information, even though I was not the main speaker in the room. I was just giving out these resources so that I can connect with individuals. So whenever you fill out this Blinq, all you're going to do is have your logo ready and a picture, put in your contact information and your emails. You can pick your colors, you can change your cover photos, put in your name, your company, and any links that you have to your website. You can add a phone number, you can add a LinkedIn, a Calendly. You can add all of these things absolutely free with the Blinq. But here's the thing, when a person does scan it, all of your contact information comes here. You see Terry Lee got into my contacts today because we exchanged Blinqs. And so these are people that I have met over a month ago. And all I do is take this information, download it, and then export it into my Kartra so that I can send them emails. Now, we're not going to get too fancy, but did you know, this is just to get your mind wrapped around some tech, is that I can take my Blinq and use something called a zapper and connect it to my Kartra, and that way when somebody does scan my business card, they automatically get an email. Now, that's why I like my personal business card, because when they scan that QR code, it does put them into my funnel so that they automatically get emails. And so Blinq is an amazing tool to use. And remember when I told you guys that I just switch over my Blinq? I can manage this account, I can sign out, and then go ahead and I can sign back into my other one. I want to say it's this one. All the things. Let's go back. I think it's the other one anyway. Yes, we have quite a few things going on here. That's going to make me log in. It doesn't like me today. But I'm going to show you guys how I don't have to set up, pay for a Blinq. I can actually, I don't think that that's my password. That's what it is. So let's get my password on here. And then that way you guys can see. So if you don't have Blinq, I want you guys to grab your phones right now. I want you to go to your app store. And I want you to go ahead and download the Blinq app and begin setting it up so that you can have that at your next networking. If you use another one, that is perfectly fine. But I tell you why I like Blinq is because it actually has an integration that can connect to other platforms so that you don't have to worry about so that you guys don't have to worry about those um, leads not being followed up with. All right, so I'm going to go in and I am going to allow you guys to see this card that doesn't want me to put in my password, which is very interesting. There we go. Okay, here we go. Let's open this back up. It's giving me the download, and there we go. So this is the one that I use for Training to Succeed. So all I do is switch my accounts, and each one of my business, from my boutique, from my early childhood. This is my early childhood one, and then I am able to collect information and share. And then it has like all the people that I've collected in there from that business card as well. So you can have multiple business cards within your Blinq. So I want you guys to go ahead and set that up so that you can take advantage of that. Now, when it comes to setting up the QR code and actually creating the QR code, I want you guys to just think about Canva and actually exactly what it is you're trying to do in Canva. Basically, you want to create a QR code that links you to a place to collect leads. That could be on your landing page if you have one. If you don't have one already, I'm going to show you something really quick that you can do that's absolutely free. You can actually go to Google Forms. You can create a form, a blank one. And remember, in this form, all you want to do is just say, leads, or let's just say passion to platform. Maybe that is the name of the workshop that I'm doing. You can do this for each workshop. It could be the name of your business across the top. It could have said Boss School across the top, whatever you want to. And you can give it a description as well. Option one, remember, when you are creating a lead magnet, you do not want people to be there for long. So all I want to know is your first name, and I'm going to make it required. I'm going to make it actually a paragraph just in case people have long names. Then I am going to, it's going to already collect your email. We're going to make that required. And the only thing that I really want to know next is what is your phone number? That way I can text you. We don't want to be getting people's all this information. Just give me your email, your first name and phone number. I will get the rest later. If you think you want to add your that information where it gets their phone number, perfectly fine. If not, so now I have this mini opt-in form. So what you can do is different options is you can go over to your settings. You can make this required for them to do certain things. You can collect emails, make them verify. I love to make sure they verify their email, because if not, then I could get the wrong email. So I do turn that on under form defaults. But another thing that I'm going to show you guys, that if you have a freebie, whether you created a PDF and uploaded it to your Google Docs and you get the link from your Google Drive for that PDF, you can actually go here and put in, thank you, here is a freebie. Okay, and that freebie can be any link to anything that you have created. A lot of people think that they have to have special software for that, but I'm going to tell you guys, just know this: if you upload a PDF to your book or any type of PDF to your Google Drive, you can get a link to that and then put it right here. So I'm going to say our link is going to be www.thebosschool.com. Maybe that's where I want people to go, and I'm going to save it. So now when people fill out my form, they are going to get that thank you. I'm going to turn it on to make sure that they can't submit more than one. And that's basically it of what I need to do with the form. So then when I go back to publish this form, I'm going to make sure to manage this and make sure I change this to be anyone with the link. All right, anyone with the link. Anyone with the link. Well, I'm going to restrict the editing, but the response is anyone with the link. If you have an organizational email, then what's going to happen is it's only going to allow people in your organization. I don't want people to edit it. I'm going to restrict that, but I want anyone with this link to be able to fill it out. So I'm going to say that I'm done, and then I'm going to publish it. Then I can go up here and I can grab the link. I can even make the link short, which I am going to do, and I'm going to copy it. Now I have a link to my Passion to Platform form, and you guys can see that it absolutely works. I'm going to put it right here in here. I am going to pull up the form. It is going to verify my email, and then I'm just going to put my name, Carolyn, and I'm going to put my phone number. I'm going to submit. And then if I had a link there, it would definitely take me to the freebie. I clicked it and it took me to the Boss School. Maybe that's where you have your freebie at. Maybe it's just a Google Drive link and it will open it up in Google Drive. So you say, okay, Carolyn, I have my form. This is simple. This is free, guys. Now, in order to create your QR code, it's very simple. We're going to go over to Canva. We're just going to create a square. So I'm just going to do an Instagram post. I'm going to go over to the side over here, and I am going to go to apps, and I'm going to type in QR, and I'm going to come and see all of these QR code generators. I just like the simple one, which is right here, and it says QR code. I'm going to hit it. It's going to ask me for my link. And then I can customize it if I want to, change the color of the background, the foreground. Maybe I want it to be like my hot pink. And then I'm going to generate it. Let's go ahead and make it that hot pink. Not sure if it's giving me another message. Okay, for some reason it's not allowing me to change the color, but you can change the foreground of your color, generate the code. You can always update this code or whatever. Now this is a QR code. All right, this QR code, you can save it as a picture and add it to your presentation, whatever it may be. If I was in Canva, I can take this QR code, copy it. I can go ahead and open up one of my presentations. So if I go to my home, and it's probably already in one of my presentations. And I open up my presentation. This is one of my early childhood ones. And when I get to the end, it has a QR code. And all you have to do is make a slide and you just paste it. And you can put it right into your presentation inside of Canva and have your QR code there. All of the slides that Terry talked about, the about me slides, all of that, those things can be created so simply in Canva, and a lot of times they already have templates. So if you need a QR code, you can do that. You can also take this QR code, and if I go ahead and I switch screens, we're going to go back over to my cell phone, and I go ahead and go to my Canva app on my phone. And then I go into that QR code that I just created. We're going to save it. I am going to go back. It should be right there. You should see the QR code inside of your Canva. Let's refresh it. Okay, we're going to go back home so that it sees that QR code. Where are you, QR code? Anything that you do in Canva will automatically go over to your phone. And so I want to make sure that it is saved there. So I'm not sure. Let me go ahead and put it back in there so that I can save it. All right, I'm going to put QR code, and then you guys are going to see it refresh onto my cell phone in just a second. All right, so now we have our QR code there. And so here on my phone, I've gotten out of it. I'm going to go back, and then I'm going to go home. And now you guys see the QR code right here. So then now that I have the QR code here, I can download it to my phone and it will save it to my camera roll. I can actually put my logo on this. I can do all the things. I can text it to people. I can save it as a picture. So I'm just going to save it as an image on my phone. And let's just say I did decide to make this a little bit prettier and open it up inside of my Canva, and then add my logo to it with my branding kit. You guys are gonna see where I add my logo to it. You guys see the logo? I can put the logo right there in the middle of it. And then now when I'm on my phone and I download it to my camera roll, let's download it again and save it to the camera roll. Save the image. Right? I can go to my pictures. I can make it like a favorite picture or whatever it may be, so that when I'm out and about and I want to collect information, all I have to do is go to that picture. Let it refresh itself. Go to your pictures, and then you should be able to see it right there, which my phone is taking a little bit of time to download it because I am streaming this from my app. So let's make sure that we have it all together. Let's go back to Canva, make sure we download it. Oh, you want to make sure to download it as a JPEG. That's what you guys want to do. Download it as a JPEG so that it doesn't have the black background. So I am going to change this download to a JPEG so that it does have the black, the white in the background so people can actually see it. I'm going to save it to my camera roll. Now I'm going to go out, go back to my camera roll. Not sure why it's blank, guys, on my end, but I can see it on my side. I don't know why it's blank on you guys' side, but that's where your QR code will be inside of your app. So if I switch back to my Canva, you guys will be able to see it. Tech, sometimes, it try to give you a little bit of a hard time, but we all good. We're gonna get get it correctly, make sure it's streamed correctly. But that's where your QR code would save to your phone, so that you can have it, star it as a picture, whatever it may be, so that whoever you come across will be able to scan that, fill out the information, and then they'll get an email saying, hey, they filled out this form. They'll be able to click on your website, whatever it may be. But you can create your QR code right there. You can even save this as a screensaver on your phone. Whatever you need to do to be able to get it. I think what it is that I actually have to download it on my actual cell phone. So let's do that. Let's download. I think it's because I'm using an extended. Oh, that's exactly what it was. So now it is downloading, saving to images. Aha, there we go. Let's close it. Let's connect it. Now we can see it. It's because I was using a virtual cell phone on my computer that gave us that issue. So now when I go to my pictures, there it goes. All right. So now that QR code is there, I can mark it as my favorite. And this is now my new business card when I am on the go if I don't want to set up a Blinq. So those are some of the tools that you can use. You've made your opt-in form. Now we are in Canva to be able to make those things in Canva. You can make your presentation in Canva. Now that QR code is readily available for you to be able to go. So also some other ways that you can kind of collect leads and kind of make it like a systematic thing is using Kartra. I talk to people about my Kartra all the time and the amazing things that I do inside of Kartra. And it is so important that you guys have a platform to be able to process, to be able to send out automated emails. And if you don't, now is the time to start looking into that. And that is one of the features that we have inside of the Boss School that you guys are going to be able to utilize. Um, is learning how to set that Kartra up, how to send out those automated emails as well. So let's dive into that really quick so that I can show you guys what it looks like, how to send out questions. Question. Okay, here we go. So save QR code as JPEG when downloading? Absolutely, because if you save as a PNG, it will have a black background. So PNGs usually takes out the background, and so that is what happens whenever you are trying to put it on your phone. And if you have a dark setting, it's just going to come out black. So make sure that if you're downloading it to your phone from Canva, straight from the app into your phone, that you are changing it from PNG to JPEG so that it has the white background so people can capture that actual QR code. That's a really good question. That's a really good question, Karen. All right, so let's go over to scenes. And you guys, you can jump in and ask questions at any time for me to be able to answer if you are stuck with how to set up that Google form or if you are stuck on that. So let's get over here. All right, so we're moving around our screen. All right, so let's get into our Canva.
Carolyn, I just want to make sure you know that you switched me over to the main speaker circle.
Aha, there I am.
Oh, good. Phew, phew.
There I am. I'm back as the main speaker. All right, so you guys will see over to the side that not only can you create websites, landing pages unlimited, you can also create memberships, which is kind of like your courses and workshops. All of your contacts can go into here where you can email them. So under contacts, you can create forms and surveys, and under sales, you can sell your products here. You can do all of your marketing, email and text messages, create sequences. The word sequence is something that I want you guys to understand, because whenever you set up this as your platform to collect your leads, you can automatically set up emails up to however many you want to, tell it what time it's supposed to go. And so let's just say you had, when you guys scanned, all of a sudden you became a part of the Passion to Platform sequence. So if this was a workshop and you scanned on our QR code, I can actually say, hey, day 1 at this time, send them this welcome email. Day 2 at this time, send them this. Day 3 at this time. And so what I love about this is that not only can I create this as a template, but when you're a part of Kartra, I can do something as fancy as create a code, send it to you, and all you have to do is change the emails that I sent. Use the chat GPT to be able to create these emails. So these things are not complicated, especially when you're a part of our community and we're able to walk you through and teach you these things, because we're not trying to make you create it from scratch. As a matter of fact, we want to make sure that you are making money every single day, which your dashboard tells you how much you make every single day, how many leads you've gotten, how many people have visited your page, what's going on, so that you can stay on top of your business. The other thing that I love is the fact that you can create calendars inside of here, so you don't need Calendarly. And you can also do webinars, pre-recorded webinars and live webinars as well. Your media is also kept here. So those things that I was telling you, hey, upload to Google Drive to get a link, Kartra actually gives you a link to your documents so that you can attach them to things, and people will have a link to your video, a link to your freebie, all of the things here. Also, you can do upsells inside of here, and everything that you need from the stage happens right in Kartra. So, an experience with me whenever I'm teaching about Kartra or teaching about any of these things, when a person hears me from the stage, they scan my QR code. In Kartra, a form pops up. It asks for their first name and their email address. When they finish, before they even get back to their hotel, they have a welcome email from me saying, thank you so much for joining. Here's how to follow me on all my socials. So they don't have to worry about trying to find my Facebook page. They don't have to worry about finding all of those things, because it takes them straight to a page that looks like a link in bio, which I have here, and I'm going to show you guys. It's simple. You can do this on Canva. That's another workshop in itself. You can have your link in bio page that it goes to, and all your socials have buttons so that you can just send them to one page, and then they can click on it and then be able to connect with you all the way around. So I'm going to pull that up for you guys so that you can see exactly what I'm talking about with that. And then that way, whenever someone is trying to join my community, trying to be a part of the things that I have going on, they don't have to go and try to find me. Everything is right there for them. So whenever they scan that QR code, it takes them straight here. They can like my Instagram. It takes them to the Instagram. Go to my TikTok. It takes them straight into my Passionpreneur. They can book a free call. They can like me on Facebook. And when they click any of these, like for example, the Passionpreneur community, it pops right up and takes them right there so that they don't have to find it live. And this is the level that you want to get to whenever you are working at conferences, being on stage, meeting people on the go, so that you're not trying to write everything down, using those clipboards like I used to, using those index cards, because you have a system that works. And if at the end of the day you decide to make a Google form with a Canva QR code that's on your phone, at least you have begun the process of starting to create the opportunity to be able to connect with someone beyond that room that you were in. So we did the live QR code. Remember, you're going to choose your landing page or make your form. You could take a picture of this. This is the steps. You're going to use your QR generator, which I showed you in Canva. You can customize that with your logos, any colors that you want. You're going to download that, put that in your presentation form, or save it to your phone, and now you just have created a free lead generator. All right. So you want to create automations after you scan. You want to make sure that they get those emails. If you are using ManyChat, if you're in my community, ManyChat has an amazing event that's coming up so that you can get to know what they do. But these are the automations that have free tools that all you have to do is connect it and use it. ManyChat is as easy as a person commenting on your video and you setting up for them to automatically get a DM. And in ManyChat, they have this already pre-drafted for you. So at the end, if you want to download ManyChat, I'm going to tell you guys the best training that you can get that's out there that's free. It's going to be YouTube. Find someone you love. I can be one of them. Join our communities, and we will show you how to set up these flows and details. Now, some other things that I do within my list, I create what are called tags and segments, so that I know when you scan that QR code, I met you at that place, so that I can change the header on my email. So passion to purpose, passion to platform, it has a tag so that we know that we met you here. If I go out and do a workshop like the workshop that I did this morning before I came here, I had a workshop that was from 8 to 12, and it was an in-person one. And so before I went there, I turned on a tag so that I knew that everyone that scanned the QR code today came from there, and they get that customized email that says, hey, I met you here. So you can get even more tech savvy with these things as time goes along. All right. So the flow chart is the QR code. I want you guys to make sure that you are doing these. This interactive exercise is taking your phone right now and doing your Blinq. Taking your phone right now and go ahead and creating your QR code to your landing page. Creating that Google form if you need to. And so if you're sitting there saying, what can I start with? What can I do first? Create you a form, and everybody that you meet, just get them on that form. So I gave you guys the steps. Here are some additional steps. You guys can take a picture of the screen, and I really hope this kind of helped you guys understand how when you're in front of a crowd and you have created that amazing presentation in Canva that Terry has given you, when they get to the end, you don't want to just leave them with an option to buy. You want to leave them with an option to connect with you, and that connect with you should lead them into the option that buys. But don't let them just go straight to the sales page. Have a filter in front of that where you can at least get their email and phone number. So if they're not buying right now from you, you're at least making that connection to follow up so that they can fall in love with the free stuff. Everybody is not going to buy. But if they enjoyed your presentation, they're going to want to stay connected with you. And I always tell you, it's your job to position them to purchase from you. You have people who buy instantly. You have people that sit back and think about it. But if you are giving them and feeding them over time, they are going to feel like, hey, this is worth the investment because I'm already kind of full off of what she's giving me absolutely free as a part of the lead magnet and as a part of the process. So I hope that you guys did not get too overwhelmed with the tech. I hope I made it as simple as possible, so that you guys can continue to grow, so that you can continue to grow your list, grow your communities. And you're going to do that by doing some of these simple tools and these simple steps every single time that you get on stage. Don't ever get in a room and not collect at least one, two, three individuals. Even if it's just you and somebody else, that's one extra person on your list. I built my list one at a time, and I was over 30,000 people. But every room I got into, I took those 10, I took those 5, I took those 20, I took those 50, I took those hundreds, and I put them on that list. And now I can easily reach out and let them know that I have something amazing going on and have them show up inside of the room. So I hope that that helped you. I hope you guys learned something new. Terry, Holly, how are you feeling?
I just love what you're showing them, and I just know how needed it is. So, we all excited to see that? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Who's going to work on getting their QR code done even this weekend? Anyone? Yes. All right. I'm excited. When you get them done, if you know me, please share. Please share for sure. Please share for sure.
We
Yay. Okay,
wanna
Dr. Myra.
yes, look at that.
Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Hey everyone, for the sake of time, we definitely would love to have an opportunity to be able to answer some of your questions. I'm wondering, for the sake of time, Carolyn, if we should go ahead and let's just talk about the boss school now, and
Yes,
then
and
if
then
people
we
need
can
to
have
go.
questions on the very end. Yes.
Yes, yes,
Absolutely.
yes. Yes, if people can stay, we'll answer your questions, and if they need to go, we totally understand. But how many of you are ready to hear about what's exciting? Okay, awesome.
All righty. So Terry, you want to start? I'm gonna go ahead and pull up my screen. I had to like transition just a little bit.
Sure, sure, sure. Hey, everyone, you've been hearing about the Business of Speaking School. We want to tell you what's inside of it. So, are you ready to finally turn your message into momentum and your voice into income? We want to welcome you to the Boss School, the Business of Speaking.
Yes, I am so excited about this. And it's not just about teaching it. So we are beyond the teaching process. We are about doing it. And we want individuals to come along with us and do it with us. So that brings us into the actual broad school. Terry, give me just a second. When I transitioned over,
Sure.
I lost a little bit of control here,
Uh-oh.
and I am gaining it back. Okay, there we
I
go.
want y'all to
All
watch
right,
her
all
do
right.
it.
So
Great.
there we go. There we go.
There she is. There she is. There she is. So, the
All
boss
right.
school, everyone, it's not just about crafting a speech, it's about building a speaker driven business. The things we've been talking about these last few days, from story to sell and from platform to profit.
All right, so we're not just here to teach you about it. We're here to walk you through it. And you guys already know, you met me at the very beginning. I am Dr. Carolyn Bobb-Green, and I'm going to be your go-to tech tools and systems that I'm going to help you build to work while you sleep. In the Boss School, I'll help you build your speaker funnel, launch your lead magnet, which I kind of showed you guys a little bit here, and set you up on the back end so that your business can scale without you being burnt out. You'll get email list tips and tools. You'll get landing page plugins. You'll get mini course templates, automations, all done with my support and helping you guys revamp those tools.
So good, so good. In my work with you, I'm going to be helping you level up what you've already been speaking about. And for those who are just beginning speaking, we will craft your speech from the very beginning. We're going to level up your storytelling, your stage confidence from wherever you are right now. And we are going to work, as we were talking about, pulling leads from the room and crafting your offer. It is our goal and the sole purpose, really, of what we're up to grow a speaking business. We want to help you monetize your message.
Yes, and I do want to stop right there. I know many of you guys may thinking that you're in this for the tech part. I want to reiterate the importance of you just thinking that you have your speech together, but what Terry Lee is going to do is actually help you to monetize it, to actually give you the words that you need. So you may think, I have the speaking part together, I only need the tech part. But when you're in the boss school, we're going to have you rethinking to make sure that it is really intact and really together. So, Terry Lee, you want to tell them about the 4 phases of the boss school
I
or
would love
the
to. I would modules? love to. So this is a 6-month program, everyone, and it starts the 1st of September. And in module 1, passion and purpose, Carolyn is going to help you get clear on your message. She is going to help you see how speaking can fit into your business. And just as you've seen today, she's going to help you build your list and launch your first lead magnet. Or we're going to work on leveling it up to make sure it's all it needs to be with the tech and all.
All right, and then in module 2, my dear friend Terry Lee, she helps so much with crafting that signature speech. You know, making it stand out, making it feel different from everybody else, making you be the expert in the room. She's going to help you build that offer, you know, so that you don't sound salesy, and deliver your breathe talk with real feedback. You'll know exactly what to say, how to say it, when to say it, and to say it with confidence.
Mm. So in module 3, business builder, this is where Carolyn's going to take you behind the scenes. You got a sample yesterday and today of exactly how she does that. And you're going to be creating your funnel, mini courses, email system, your social media strategy. And it's just like this, all done with you, where she's going to show you and pause and say, what questions do you have? I just love that. You're going to walk away from this module with your entire speaker funnel ready to run.
Yeah, I'm so excited about that. And then in module 4, the second to the last, Terry Lee is going to teach you how to sell from the stage. Guys, when you are in certain groups, you're going to get those stages. You're going to get those opportunities. You're going to get those webinars. You're going to get those podcasts. And she's going to help you design your speaker one sheet so that people know what you speak about, know how to book you. She's going to also show you how to pitch to event planners, how to get on those stages that you really want to be on and get booked 10 times as much as you are getting booked now with the strategy that actually works.
Mm. So we're going to wrap up those sessions, everyone, with a 2-week capstone project. Have you attended a training and you learned a lot and yet you didn't walk away with anything useful? Well, this is where we're going to execute, and we're going to help you showcase your funnel, launch your talk, and speak on our stage. This is not education. This is going out and doing the thing.
Yes, I want you guys to just sit there and just imagine. Imagine your email list grew while you're focusing on just serving your community. Your story starts to move people and generate real revenue. You got booked consistently to be on stages, and you had a system behind it to scale it and keep it going.
Mm-hmm.
I want you
I'm
to
so
know that
excited.
all of
Yeah.
that happens right here in the boss school.
Yeah, I'm so excited about all that. So some of you might be saying, what if? So, what if, are you thinking, what if I'm just getting started? Well, the thing is that's even better. We're going to meet you right where you are. And if you are just getting started, we'll help you do all the things.
Yeah, and I know that some of you are saying, but I'm not tech savvy. I'm not tech savvy. Well, that's my lane, and I will walk you through tools like Canva, Kartra, automations, and more without feeling overwhelmed.
Mm. Some of you might be concerned, what if you don't have a product? We talked about how whether you just are speaking and telling your story, and maybe you don't even have your book yet, but we will help you build out what you want to build out in the program and help you create that offer that converts.
And some of you guys may be thinking that you don't have time for this. Like, I can't put one more thing on my plate, but you can. This is why we offer the replays, the co working time, the WhatsApp support, and a community that keeps you focused, aligned, and getting things done.
Mm. So let me ask you this. If all this did was help you finally speak with confidence
Build a funnel and bring you leads while you sleep.
and book real opportunities where you can get paid as you speak, Would it be worth it?
All
We
right.
know the answer is yes.
My answer is yes. I want to be there. I want to be there. I want to be there. So let me tell you everything that you're going to get. You're going to get weekly live classes. You're going to get co-working sessions. You're going to get WhatsApp support, monthly accelerators where we're not going to be able to just teach you in class. We're going to take you through these experiences like with Kartra, Canva, AI, podcasting, even with your book, creating your book and telling your story, all the things. We're going to give you templates, tools, and funnels, and then networking nights and speaker showcases so that you guys can really take it to the next level.
So good. So you might be wondering, what is the investment? Well, you can start today for just $9.97, pay in full, or 6 payments of $197 a month. If the only reason why you wouldn't reach out today is that you need a different payment plan, I want to invite you to reach out to us because we're here to help. Now, when you take fast action, after this after this session, when you have the opportunity in the next when you go and apply in the next hour, by the way, applying, we'll talk about that, but it doesn't mean that you're going to go pay yet, okay? So we would love you to apply and we'd love to chat with you. So there's some fast action bonuses. When you apply within that hour after receiving this information, Carolyn is going to give you, can you believe it, a one on one text strategy session. Oh my gosh, a funnel review and digital asset templates, and speaker pitch templates in a Kartra page copy. And I am going to give you a signature speech audit and delivery feedback, priority access to the Bree Global Speaker Network, and an opportunity to speak live on our stage.
If you've been praying for the clarity and the systems and support, guys, I'm telling you, this is exactly where it needs to be.
And if you're ready to stop spinning and to start speaking with purpose,
And if you're ready to finally turn your message into movement and your platform into a profit, then I tell you, my friends, here we go. Welcome to the Boss School.
welcome to the Boss School. Yes. All right,
Yes.
everyone. Thank you for listening into that. And if you, here's the link if you'd like more information on the Boss School. It's literally thebossschool.com. There's two S's, right, Carolyn?
Two S. I
Two
dropped it in
S.
the comments as well.
Yep. And we want to stay here. Thank you to be able to answer questions about Boss School, answer your questions that came up. If you were making notes throughout the session, we really don't want to leave you today. If you have a moment, we don't want to leave you without answering your questions so that you can go ahead and take action on some of the things we discussed today. So, Carolyn, anything you want to add before we open up? Listen, y'all, if y'all know that hot pink circles for anyone who might like to come up to the front.
Yeah, we're going to be
And join
answering
us.
questions. And if you guys go ahead and raise your hand, if you have questions, we're going to go ahead and put you on the hot seat, get those questions answered. We do understand if you do have to leave, but we just want to make sure that we fulfill it to the end and do not leave any strings untied. One thing I want to say about the application process, you guys are going to fill it out. We're going to get back to you within 48 hours with a date for you to begin the interview process. We want to make sure we're a right fit for you. We want to make sure that you are all in and you're ready to grow and scale with us because we don't want any money left on the table. We don't want any opportunity left on the table. And this is a school where we're about business and we want to make sure that you are excited and want to grow with us as well. So, we want to open it up. So does anyone have questions? We want to bring you up to the hot pink bubble and answer your questions, whether it is about putting your speech together for networking, whether it is about getting into networking groups, whether it is about setting up that correct sales pitch, the way Terry Lee kind of mapped it out, or your presentation in the fashion that we did it ourselves. If it is about setting up your QR code and how to collect leads for the from the audience, we want to answer your questions now. So all you guys have to do is just raise your hand and we will bring you up to the pink bubble.
It looks like Ingrid's ready.
Ooh, Miss Ingrid, where is she? Okay, so let me tell you guys this. If you are wanting to come up, I'm not seeing Ingrid
You're not
for
seeing Ingrid?
some reason. I
She's
know that
even
the
dressed to match The pink
I
bubble.
know, right? Okay,
I
okay, okay.
know.
Let
She's
me get
ready for it.
that together. All right, Miss
Mm-hmm.
Ingrid. Okay, where are we? That's not it. I don't even see her. Hmm. All right, so let's just do it this way. I am going to change this. Where is
Okay.
Ingrid? Ingrid, if you
You can
go
take me
ahead
out.
and unmute yourself and start speaking, it's going to change it over to the bubble for you.
Okay. Hello. I'm still seeing Terry.
You still seeing Terry? There you go. There you go.
Oh, there she
She made it
is.
to the pink
Okay.
bubble. Yay! You just have to talk just a little bit. Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Okay. Thank you all for having me. Dr. C knows that I'm a fan. I've been a follower for a while. She is absolutely right about sharing the information, and sometimes people may not pay. I have paid for things, but now I got the coins to pay for the big thing. And I'm so excited about this. But my question is, as far as lead magnets, I have been working on revamping my whole business. So this is great because what I have to offer, I want to start offering to schools, and I definitely need to work on presentation. You see, I talk with my hands. I'm very out there, and I probably need to bring it down some. Um, but my question is, as far as lead magnets, I've been working on a GPT. Dr.
Mm-hmm.
C, I know you know about all of this. So, um, do you feel like that would be a good lead magnet? Because, like, my thought process is that I teach it to speak like me, and then that's something free where people can kind of get to know me.
I
what do you think
absolutely
about that?
love
What are your thoughts?
GPTs. And if you're using it for a specific niche, I say yes, it is a great opportunity to get people to do self instructional things and to introduce them to AI in a comfortable way. I have a couple of lead magnets that are GPTs that are create your own digital product that I've created through ChatGPT. I have people that attend my workshops, and after I finish, I say, hey, here's my GPT that has been trained to understand Kartra pages, so it writes copies that will fit within the context of things. And so I am going to tell you that yes, a GPT is an amazing lead magnet, and use that GPT also to kind of rebuild your business and know that your struggle or whatever that you're going through with the rebuild is actually somebody else's solution. That's why you're going through it right now.
Okay, thank you for that.
I love it. It's such a hot topic. And I can tell whenever we're talking, Ingrid and everyone, about here's a prompt, I can just feel like everyone's like, okay, and they're ready to right to take it down. I think it would be the one thing about a lead magnet is we want to create something that people want. And so I think it would be amazing if that was your lead magnet.
Awesome. Ingrid, I'm going to pre welcome you to the Boss School because I know it's the next step. You were just waiting for me and Terry Lee to come together, and God was preparing you, getting all your things together so that this could be the right investment for you going to the next level. So, thank you. And I do want to say this, and Ingrid, thank you for saying what you said. You guys are going to have people in your community that you want to build them up to the point where they can't afford what you have. It never was about if Ingrid paid for something or didn't pay for something. If she had a question, she knew she could inbox me and I was going to serve that. And you have to have that like spirit, because when that time comes, that person will invest in what you have because they know that you've seen them through everything and still was there to support and encourage them. And so don't be afraid to, pour into people. A lot of people, nope, 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 I'm gonna keep it, I'm gonna keep it. There's no gatekeeping around here. Terry Lee, the reason why I feel like I love her so much and is so happy to work with her is I've seen her in action, and she doesn't leave anything on the table as well. And it is the complement of what I am trying to do in life, period. And it is such a pleasure to find people like even you, Ingrid, who do so much with your son and your other businesses, and for women in general, that what you do and how you serve and you showing up and investing in yourself is going to be the very example for the person who's going to invest in you. So thank you so much for being a part of the Passionpreneur community for 2 years almost now, and thank you so much for showing up today.
You're welcome, and thank
So good.
you. Like, this is perfect. I love it.
Thank you, Ingrid. All right, do we have somebody else raise their hand?
Let's take a look. Oh, Mary Ely's here.
All right. Mary?
Okay. I think my question has more to, do you all have an idea about, like how many times a month are we having a Zoom session, for instance, not Zoom or whatever platform you use, a Zoom session and the timings of them? I want to get in some live things. I can do a replay, but it's not as effective for me as the live is. So I want to kind of plan around that if I can.
You want to take that, Carolyn?
Absolutely. Let's change this back. I'm gonna turn this back into Mary. So me and Terry Lee, we this part is the part that I get excited about because we want it to be just like a college course. So we do have opportunities for that daytime and evening time, so that when we give you guys the schedule, you already know that module one is a 10 a.m. class that it's going to be 10 a.m. Once a week at that particular time, so that you can make your schedule. You already know that module 2 is a 6 p.m. So it's just going to be like a college course when you guys sign up. It's going to be the same time live, and a part of the interview is making sure that you have the flexibility to schedule this in so that you can get the most out of the live. The replay guys are for people who have to miss just one class because they're traveling or something comes up. We don't want you missing and looking at replays. We want you live so that we can get your questions answered and we can really serve you. That's why we're even limiting the spots in the boss school, and while we're doing this interviewing process to make sure that we can help you craft your schedule around this 6 months that is going to catapult your business to the next level.
That sounds great. Well, good.
It's really a great question, Mary, and we are going to make sure that we are offering times that make it convenient to work for all, because we come with two different crowds of people. I come with a crowd that sometimes can be available during the day and prefers daytime, and Carolyn has a crowd of people that need evenings and weekends. So it's important to us to accommodate both of you. And I think I want to spell out, Carolyn, in what you said. Our plan with the modules will be that there'll be a recording for the module, so that when we come to the call, it's all live Q&A and coaching and hot seats and answering questions. So we want to give you all the value we can to help you execute and take action and get the things done.
Right. Okay, that sounds great. Thank you.
Thank you,
I'm
Mary.
looking forward
Thank
to
you.
it. It brings together all those elements that I love and need, so I'm excited about both.
And I'm so excited to be able to spend the time with you as well. And I mean, everybody that's on here who's going to be joining us inside of the Boss School.
It's great.
Awesome. All right, Terry, who's next? Do we have another question?
Do we have another question or comment? We can still talk content of what we spoke about. Everybody doesn't all have to be about the boss school, but of course we're happy to answer those questions. Ingrid's back.
Okay.
I wanted to give somebody else a chance to ask a question, so I almost took my hand down. Are you guys okay with me asking another? Okay. So my question is, you guys said it starts on September 1st.
Well,
September 1st.
that week, the first week of September.
The first week of September. Okay. And it lasts 6 months.
So here's the thing about it. It's like 5.5 weeks in each module plus a capstone. So it's like a little bit short of 6 months, but it's set up like in school semesters. So each semester is 5.5 weeks, but it incorporates a 2-week Christmas vacation so that you guys can do Christmas and not have to worry about the work, and then resume back, and then we wrap up with that 2-week capstone. So each module, the 4 weeks, are about 5.5 weeks plus the 2 weeks of vacation plus the 2 weeks of capstone. So it is pretty much almost close to being a 6 month program. But in that clarity session, the reason why we start off on that is because we want you to immediately start making cash flow as you're going through it. So it's not you have to wait till the end to start doing it. That's why we start off with clarity and getting everything together, getting your plan together, so you move forward with purpose and not just like trying to figure it out as you go. So that first 5.5 weeks is all about you guys getting your life together, because we don't want you going on speaking about something you don't know about, you're not confident about, and you just doing it because somebody told you to do it. Your old coach told you to do it. And so we don't want to hear about your old coaches. We want to hear about what is in your heart and what you're supposed to be doing. And that's why we have that really good first session that people probably are going to think that they don't need, but you actually need it if you really want to start making money instantly, and watch that cash flow. One thing I'm big about is we know how much you're making a month. So my initial plan in that clarity is to map that out to show you how you could be making that plus more, but at least your monthly payment to be able to cover everything, because we want to show you how this is going to reap income for you.
Okay. Yeah, you actually answered a few of my other questions. So thanks for that. Because I'm moving in November, and I'm just trying to plan, and I hope that my move, Dr. C, you heard me say this, I hope that my move is out of the country. And this right here is gonna help me. So I'm kind of crunched for time. You know how I am. But okay, that was it. And the one-on-one. So will there be an opportunity for like one-on-ones? Because I've done this before where, I paid a lot of money for coaching, and the space was so big that I just felt like I wasn't even heard. Like I still felt like I was scrambling, or like I was watching a YouTube video, and then I could maybe type a question in the comments
Mm-mm.
and get an answer, but I wasn't getting, what I needed or my money's worth even.
So I don't know if you heard the fast action bonuses. The fast action bonuses is one-on-one coaching, which I know for myself is way more than the whole boss school is worth to spend that hour with me. There are opportunities each week for you to be live, and that's why we're keeping the community smaller. So each week, not only are you going to watch it so that you have that I believe that teaching live is great, but when you're able to watch a video, process it, and then come live and ask questions, and then get your scenarios answered, that is what we are doing in that time. I know Terry Lee and I both talked about the Boss School having opportunity for VIP days and working with you guys even closer. That's outside of the cost of the community, but inside of the Boss School, we are taking each one of those weeks, keeping that community tight, being able to answer those questions so that you feel like that we are your personal coach, even though it is a group setting. I'm a teacher, Terry Lee is a teacher, and I'm all about that individuality and leaving nobody behind, making sure we all are in it and your needs are being met in the group setting. I've been
Okay.
there, so
Clearly, I'm a teacher as
I bring
well.
that pain into this situation, and it's one of the reasons why we created the Boss School, because we have seen people pay hundreds of thousands of dollars and get no results, and we want results.
Yes.
So we're changing the
Been
game.
burned. Been burned a couple of times. But yeah, Terry Lee, I am also a certified teacher. I'm not teaching right now. So some of these questions you probably like, yeah, the teacher mindset. But okay, that makes me feel better. And then, you both of you are close because I'm in Dallas. So
Oh, you're in Dallas,
give me your
girl.
address. I'll pop up at your house. But
Oh, hey, hey, we'll see it. We'll see you
yes, I'm
soon.
in I'm in Salina, which is,
Okay.
very far north.
Okay. Well, we'll
That's
see you
even better
soon.
because we're
Sounds
going to be
great.
doing some live things in Dallas. Terry Lee is in Dallas.
Mhm.
I'm in Houston. Now I'm in Dallas once a month because I'm a part of a networking group that's there. So we definitely have to, meet up. So, guys, if you're listening in, this is the level of relationship that we want with our Boss School scholars. We're not calling you students. You guys are scholars. You're an expert in your area. All we want to do is fine tune it and make it look good for you. You're already experts. We just
That's
want to
right.
bring it all together because I know some of you guys are hurt from other communities. I know some of you guys have paid before and you're still lost. That's not what we're doing here. We are very passionate. We both have experienced some things like that, and we want to say that the boss school is going to be the school, the best school in the whole entire world, because we are going to have people that have results. I don't want to be a millionaire alone. I want to take people with me. I don't want to be sitting at the table and the table is a square table and everybody has a person at the head. I want a round table so that we all can grow together. I don't want you to be able to go to another country and I can't go. I want to be able to come visit you and be able to afford my flight. I want to come, and be able to have a good time. So this is the type of community that we're building. We're not just here to just sell you guys something. We're here to make a difference in your business.
So good. The combination of what we taught separately when it's combined is just fire. It's after being coaching one-on-one and in groups, this is very much exactly what is needed in the speaking world today, which is why I gleaned onto Dr. C, because I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I could not do what she does, and so yeah.
And
So
I can't do what she does. And the crazy thing about it is speaking is a part of my business, but speaking coaching is not what I do. But it's what she does. And people ask me all the time, why don't you teach speaking? You do it, you do it, you do it. It's not my cup of tea. And when I met her, it made my cup overflow. And you guys you're going to meet people in our community that's going to make your cup overflow. Why? Because your leaders help each other overflow. And that's the level that we want to be able to bring. And I wouldn't be able to do, I know the tech part, I have fun with that, but I try not to go into the speaking part. I touch a little bit on it, but not to the level that Terry even did today in this masterclass, showing you guys how to create your slide deck. Like, do you know how many thousands of dollars I paid to be in a signature talk course for them to show me that same thing? Thousands. And then they still didn't really give me all the details, and she broke it down and told you exactly what to put on the slide. So that's what you guys are going to get when you're a part of what we have going on, because we know we've been there, and we're not going to tell you to do anything that we haven't done right now in our business that we're not doing. We're not theory. This is not a theory based school. This is a actual practical. We did those things. We have the pictures, we have the receipts to show that we've been there, done that, and we want to help you guys do it as well.
yeah, yeah. So let's
Awesome.
check in. Is there anyone else who would like to join us for a question? Oh, Jerry, Jerry might be coming aboard. The pink dot.
I have a question, yes.
Yes.
And I was for the raise my hand button. I couldn't find it anywhere. But
That's okay.
run by you. I can't say I have the passion for speaking. My passion is for the content creation.
Mhm.
And I veered off in this direction because I was assisting my daughter-in-law who wants to do the speaking. So I've done her, well, working on, her one sheet, her speaker package, that kind of thing. Uh, we talked about the QR code and some other things that we're looking forward to working on, helping her set up her Facebook page. And so this is the first time I've done something for a speaker. And I started thinking, well, what if I offered that as a service?
Mm.
And I'm out there playing around on Facebook, and up come you ladies. So we signed up for the workshop. That's how I got here. My daughter-in-law was actually on a little bit earlier, but she had to step away. So I guess my question is there another path for me? I want to focus on the tech piece of it. Some of the things I'm familiar with, like Canva, ManyChat, I mean, I've heard of it, but I've never used it. So is there like a path or an option for someone who really just wants to focus on the tech? Now, somewhere down the road, I may do some speaking. I used to do it on my job because it was a part of my job, but it wasn't anything that I had a passion for.
So Jerry,
So what do you think?
I'm gonna give you just a few seconds, and I'm gonna talk to you. I'm gonna talk to your heart for a second. My mom is not a
Okay.
speaker. She'll do it if she has to. But what I want you to
Mm-hmm.
do is lean into the vision that you just cast for all of us. That you want to eventually start a service that assists speakers to be able to have all these things already done. Imagine if you go through this not so that you can become a better speaker, so that you have the information and things that you need to be able to educate, pull out of the speakers that you are creating the tech for, in order to be able to service them more. In the back end to that, how are you going to get these speakers to trust you to do their speaker information if they've never heard you speak? So you need at least a sizzle reel. You need at least to know how to do a live. So while we think that we don't need the speaker part of the business, that part is actually how you are going to get the leads into your funnel in order for them to be able to convert to new clients for you. And so the tech is going to be important because you need that to be able to support these speakers that you're going to be working with.
Mm-hmm.
But the part, the speaker accelerator, and the in the stages and the connections with people who are in this course that have stages that you're going to be able to put your speakers on is going to be priceless. So you have to see as building yourself as a powerhouse, and not because you're going to be the powerhouse speaker, but you're in the business of speaking, and now you're going to have the ins and outs because we don't leave nothing on the table. So now you're going to have a community to
Okay.
even refer your speakers to, because you're going to have speakers that are in class with you that are going to be building stages and platforms that your speakers that you're going to be servicing are going to need in order for them to make money to be able to afford you. So this is why the Boss School is a collective package and not a la
Mm-hmm.
carte package. Because while you need the clarity to be able to outline it, you still need those skills to be able to give your speakers as well as yourself, so that you can get more speakers to follow you on Facebook and Instagram, and even your daughter-in-law. Or you said your daughter or your daughter-in-law?
My daughter-in-law.
Your daughter-in-law. I mean, imagine what you're going to be able to do for her just by saying, "Wait a minute, that's not how your slide's supposed to look. Wait a minute, you left this part out. All right, the reason why you didn't close is because you left this imagine part out of your presentation. Wait a minute, hold on. You maybe not be the one that's speaking, but you're going to be able to have that eye. I call it that Terry lead, speaker ear and eye, to be able to build people to have all the tech that they need. I can't do the tech without understanding the speaking part, because I'm going to leave something out, and my person is not
Okay.
going to be able to excel without it. So I know what you're saying, but I hope that that helps you to see the importance of the
Mm-hmm.
whole four
Okay.
modules and not pulling parts out of it. Because if that's the case, like, my community would just stick with me. But even people in my community are now joining this part so that they can make it a complete business. That's why it's called the business of speaking school, not just the tech school or not just the speaking
Mm-hmm.
school. We want you guys to make a business
Okay.
out of it. Yeah. First of all,
Okay. That
Jerry,
helps.
I'm going to say thank you so much for trusting us, and you found us on Facebook, and you decided to
Yeah.
hop in here, fast action, and get this going. I hope that you don't become a. I hope you just are now our new bestie, and you are going to be with us from the beginning to end and take everything that we have. We are going to friend you. I know we have your email address, but come along and follow Terry Lee on Facebook
Mm-hmm.
and me on Facebook as well, so that we can stay connected. But I know we're going to see you in the Boss School, you and your daughter-in-law and all your speakers.
Okay.
Tell them all to come on in so that they can use the service and be able to grow.
Mhm. Yeah, I think I've already followed both of you ladies on Facebook. So,
Yay!
Wonderful, girl.
Yes. Terry Lee, do you want to talk about the speaker part as well, since that is your thing with Jerry, or any other pointers you want to add in there?
I think in addition to what you said, the one thing, Jerry, is if you want to be working with speakers, it's wonderful to hang out where there's a community of them that all need help with the things.
mm-hmm.
you're going to be hanging out with your clients. Like your ability to get return on investment hanging out here in the short term and the long term is huge. It's really huge. And so the other thing, as you talked about the content, you will need content to market yourself too. And there's an element of speaking in all our content. Whether you are going to do videos talking about your services, whether you're going to do long form posts, there's that communication. So I think you might be surprised how much being able to talk about what you're doing will help you. And just know that you are so with people who get you, especially coming in from the beginning, and that we're here to support.
Okay.
Awesome,
All right.
awesome.
Thank
Do
you.
we
That
have
that
more
helps a lot.
questions? Thank you so much, Jerry, for even taking the time to ask those questions and coming on and speaking. Um, Anyone else? Okay, I think we have tapped out of our pink bubble. And everybody has either exited or asked their questions. We don't want to miss out. So we will be sending out a follow up email and the replay along with some information about the Boss School. We dropped the link in the comments. Go ahead and start the process of filling out the application. We have quite a few people that are already in and committed, and those spots are limited. So we want to make sure that, like I told Ingrid, that we have a community that we can really pour into and really grow. So get your spot this semester. Yes. Terry Lee, did
Okay,
you want to?
it's back.
Hello. So about how many spots are you talking? How big of a class is this gonna be?
I'm going to talk in
How many
teacher language.
sections?
I'm going to talk in teacher language, classroom size.
Okay. And I guess I'm speaking in university language because I'm like,
Not
how many
university
people in this
language. We're
section?
talking high school.
And how many people in this section? Because I work
We're
for a
talking about
university now, and I'm like, how
high
many
school size,
sections
high
is
school.
one
Let me,
section?
because I forget. Because
One
yeah, we're talking about high school size classrooms for now until this thing grows into more instructors. So right now, why it's just me and Terry Lee, we want to maximize, but not over take it over capacity. So we want to stay within that ratio of being able to have time to answer questions and be able to connect with people. And I know with my bandwidth, I even limited my community because of that. And so we want to make sure that we are giving the bang for your buck. And I can say this, we're doing this as an introductory offer because we're just merging. This is not going to be the offer for next semester just because of the exclusivity and what we're able to do. So what we did was look at both of our communities, came up with something we thought that would be a great introductory to what we're going to be doing. So this is just the taster, and we know that next semester the projections, the class won't be that because we know the level of exclusivity that we're giving in this. And so I speak for myself entirely to say that when I say this is introductory, just for this semester, will we be able to have it at this price with so few people that we're going to allow into the program?
Okay. Well, I want you to. I don't want to pay and then somebody else is instructing me. I want you
Oh
to.
no,
So
no,
thank you
no,
so much.
it's not.
No,
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 no.
no, no, no. You guys are getting us.
Okay.
There's no one else
Good.
but us.
Yeah,
For
no,
right
no,
now,
it's
but we
just
don't
us.
know. We may be looking and speaking to the future boss school instructors. We don't know. We want to
We
grow
don't
this
know.
thing and make it amazing. This is just the beginning of this collaboration, but I can tell you guys the way this thing has caught fire, this was meant to be.
Mm.
Like this is ordained to be. This is like, I don't know how many faith-based people we have on here, but God has his hands on this. This is like no other
Mm.
thing. And we know that the fruit that is going to come from this is going to be like no other. And we're going to make sure of it. I'm going to make sure of it. Miss Tara Lee is going to make sure of it.
Of
We are
course.
burning the candle at both ends to make sure that we don't leave any stone unturned when it comes to this.
Okay. Well, I'm Church of God in Christ royalty, so definitely faith-based.
Church
Awesome.
of God in
Throw
Christ
that out
royalty. I love that.
Ingrid, I need to know where you're moving to. Where are we gonna go have a conference?
Well, here's the thing. I have Mexico in mind because once I did all my research, because I have a son, he has autism, he's 17 years old. So when I looked at the process of going to different countries, with him being so close to 18, Mexico seemed to be easier for us to get to because I was trying to go to China, I was trying to go to Japan, Korea, but Mexico seemed to be easier. However, I just had an interview with the international school recruiter yesterday, so we're gonna see how that goes. So when I tell y'all I am doing the absolute most at the last minute because my lease is up in November and I have absolutely no intentions of signing another lease in the United States.
You
Okay.
got this, girl.
So
And this program can go
this is
with you.
perfect timing.
Yeah.
This is this is exactly what I needed because I know I need to work on my speech and my delivery and just everything. And then we just got professional development funds just renewed at my job, so they're gonna pay for this.
Shush.
I gotta get it approved, but this is
Awesome.
just this is great.
Look,
This
Ingrid, I'm the queen of
timing
getting
is
things approved.
perfect.
What letter do you need us to type out? I'm the queen of getting APD approved. So, yeah, we do what we have
The
to do.
website is enough. Honestly, that's I have to fill out a form, and convince them why this is gonna be good for me. And then I just direct them to the website, and usually it gets approved as long as it's under $1,000. So when you said that price, I'm like, oh, I'm in. Oh, it's absolutely yes.
Yeah.
So good.
Thank
So
you.
good.
Oh my God, I love that,
Okay.
Ingrid. I love that. Oh my goodness. Any more pink bubble? Jerry, thank you. Ingrid, thank you. Mary, I think Mary left us. Thank you for your questions. Like, guys, you are our people. You are our people, and I just love the energy. I love the questions that you guys brought, and these are the things that we were thinking in the back of our heads that we didn't have time to say. And it's like you guys came in and asked exactly what needed to be asked. So that we can express that without overwhelming people with just information. So thank you guys for being obedient. Thank you for coming off of mute. Thank you for speaking. Thank you for not knowing who we were and showing up anyway, or just knowing one of us and not knowing the other one, and still taking time out of your Saturday to be a part of this Passion to Platform masterclass. I hope it was a masterclass for you guys. If you did not watch day one and you just showed up today, day 1 and 2 will be in the follow up email so that you guys can go back and watch that if you have not already. And we will be sending out boss information, and then you guys will be seeing us on the other side. And don't think because it starts in September that we're not going to be doing stuff in between. We're going to get you fired up and get you ready and continue this momentum into September. Any closing, Terry Lee, before we wrap up?
I just want to encourage everyone, whether you are ministry minded, business minded, if you have a calling, a a mission, a vision for your life and how you want to serve people, we just want you to know that we consider it our honor and our blessing to support you in growing and serving in that way. And so thank you again for being here. We look forward to much more. Again, you can apply for that interview. There's no money down today at the Boss School, BOSS, 2 S's, not 3 S's, thebossschool.com. So thank you all. Thank you, Carolyn.
All right. Thank you guys so much. And we will see you guys on the other side.
Take care, everyone.
Yay!
Bye.